Welcome to the Winner's Circle, the podcast for all Averitt associates, no matter where you are or what you do. Don't forget to subscribe on your podcast app of choice so you don't miss out on future episodes. And now, host of the Winner's Circle, Bailey Pennycuff.
Welcome back to the Winner's Circle podcast. Firstly, I want to say thank you so much for the warm welcome I got for hosting this podcast, taking the place of Amos Rogan and really diving in to portray what it means to work here at Averitt, what it means to be in our culture. Today, I've got a really special episode that I think, honestly, we're going to want to listen in, dig in, and really pay attention because I'm excited. I feel like I'm going to get to learn a lot today, and I'm honestly excited to talk to who we're talking to today, which is Brandon Fox. Someone who's been with our company since 2002, full-time since 2003, started in the call center, went as a transportation specialist, then stayed in sales for a few years after that, now a service center director in Decatur, Alabama. So without further ado, Brandon, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Bailey, thanks for having me. I'm excited, humbled, and very excited to be here to talk about our Averitt culture and who we are as a company. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. If there's one person that I've learned, this is the guy I want to be like in our company, it's got to be you. From the people that I've known, my own mother telling me if I want to be somebody in this company, model after you. So I'm really thankful that you're here today. Thank you again. I'm excited for myself, let alone everybody else who's listening.
Well, I'm humbled. That's very kind of you to say.
Let's start with this. You started in Cookeville. You're
Yes.
a Cookeville citizen originally, went to CHS, Cookeville High School.
Yeah.
You started in 2002. What about Averitt pulls in a person straight out of college? What did you see that you were like, I want to give this a shot?
So I'll just be honest. I went to Cookeville High School, then I went to Tennessee Tech, right? Born and raised here. That's just what you do, right? And I was living at home, mom and dad. I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I thought I wanted to be a pharmacist. That didn't turn out being the case. But Averitt's always been in the community. I have a lot of friends that work here. I grew up with a lot of the authors of our company in the past, their children as well. So I saw Averitt, going through school the entire time. And then you come to college, and that didn't quite work out for me. So I didn't finish that. I wish I would have. So I tell my children that to finish that as well. But the culture, and I know that's an easy word to say, but when you look around, you talk with all the people, and having Bailey, knowing all the people personally and who they are, their character, their morals, their values, it just seemed like an obvious choice. So, 2002, starting part-time in the call center, I didn't know anything. And then you go through an 8-week training program. Woody Davis was the vice president at that time. Elaine was there, Grosshold. So just getting to experience that as a young person, not really sure what I wanted to do, but thankfully, and I ended up at Averitt, and very, very thankful to be here, and 20-something years later. So.
Yeah, if anyone's got a good track record with a company, it's got to be you at this point.
Hey, there's a lot of folks that have been here 30, 40 years. Mr. Sasser himself, 54.
Absolutely. Is there, when you were at the call center, was there ever a moment that you were maybe a couple years in, a few years in, that you were like, okay, maybe this is more than just like a job. Maybe I enjoy being here longer. Was there ever that this could be my career? Did you have a moment? Was there anything that happened?
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. I think so. I started in 2002, got married in 2005, and then my wife's she's in nursing school. She finally graduated in 2009. So I think the point where it really became, hey, this could be my future. This is where I'm going to earn a living and provide for my family, was somewhere around the year 2008, and had a great opportunity come about, and knew about it and was researching it, and thought, well, maybe this is something I can grow. All my leaders and mentors that I was looking to for guidance, Woody Davis being one of them, was like, hey, I think this would be a good opportunity for you. It's going to be difficult. You got a lot to learn. This isn't your skill set, but I think you can do the job. And that was working with our systems design group, in between the programmers and the end user, all of us using the AS400 on a daily basis. So having to learn that seemed very, very challenging, but I was like, hey, I think I'm up to it. It was at that point I was like, this could be a career for me. And, that was from 2002 to 2008. So I was already, 6 years in. And I'd done a lot in the call center and got to see our culture, how we talk to people, how we treat our customers, all those things. But that's really like, okay, we're about to have baby number one in 2009. And then just learned so much from 2008 on.
Well, you say baby number one. I just want to just ask you straight, real fast answer. How many children do you have?
Yeah, we have 6.
You have 6 children.
Yes, sir.
That's amazing. Kudos to you for
Hats
that.
off to mama for that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You were in the call center.
Yes, sir.
About to have baby number one. What did you think, or what did you see that you were like, maybe to move further, I might have to move? Because you did end up going to Cincinnati, Ohio.
Yep.
What did you think? Was there a conversation with your wife? Was there conversations with leaders that you had? What made you feel like you were secure enough in this culture, in this company, that you feel comfortable enough to move your family?
That's a great question. And I think everybody's, got a different aha moment, or, hey, here's a job opportunity that within the company. I think the first thing you hit on is you got to know that you want to be a part of this culture and part of this company, right? We got almost 10,000 people at this point, 54 years later, a bunch of like-minded individuals that want to do the right thing, want to be their best every day, which is our vision Mr. Sasser set forth. We had a lot of discussions over the years because from 08 to 18, there was opportunities that came about. We discussed them. We looked into, hey, could we make this work? The timing just never worked out for those things. But I kept thinking, okay, everybody's telling me they think I'd be a good, all my mentors are telling me, hey, I think you'd be good at this position or this particular job function. I'm like, okay, well, maybe I can do that. I've never done it before, but I think I can do it. I think you just have to be on the same page if you're married with your spouse. And then at that point, you got to go out on a limb. And we did. We had 5 children at the time. We moved in 2019, Bailey, to Cincinnati, Ohio. Like, I thought that was pretty much New York City. I was like, I'm from Cookeville. I don't know where that's at. Man, got up there with just such a great team, supportive, welcoming, so much domain knowledge among the team members there. I was just very thankful to have had that opportunity and to make that move. But that also comes through decision making of my own, but as well as having my wife, Lauren, and our children on board. She homeschools the children and does a fantastic job on that. She's very detailed, very organized, has goals set for all of them on a daily basis. A lot of home-cooked meals, a lot of correcting going on at the Fox household. But it was at that time, 2018, I was like, okay, I think we're at a point where we can make this move. And I'll tell you what, Bailey, you don't know until you make the move because 2019, December, we bought our house finally in Cincinnati. And, we all know what happened in 2020 with the pandemic. So I'm just very thankful to be with the company I was at that time. Very supportive, very welcoming. And everybody helped me grow as I moved into the job of being a transportation specialist in Cincinnati. Very thankful for Eddie Atkins, Daryl McComas, everybody that's watching this podcast. They all have mentors in their Averitt career. And without those people, pushing you and saying, hey, I think you can do this, you may never make the leap and the jump. But I think you obviously have to be on page if you're married with your spouse. If you're not married, then, if you think you can do it and, Bailey says, hey, Brandon, I think you got the skill set to do this job. At that point, it's a decision for you to make, if you're not married. And to what our owner says, Mr. Sasser, the sky's the limit for you.
Absolutely. With you being such a big family man, how important do you think it is to have what we call our Averitt family, our work family? How important is that, and how integrated are you with your at-home personal family and your Averitt family together?
It's a great question. My wife yesterday, somebody was having an ailment at the service center, and she's also an RN, registered nurse, and they said, hey, can I have your wife's number? I'd like to maybe get her thoughts before I head into the medical world and see what they're going to say. And I said, sure. So I gave her cell phone number, and they talked through it. And examples like that I've experienced throughout my time at Averitt Express. It doesn't matter if it's in Cincinnati, Bowling Green, Decatur, Orlando, Dallas, wherever you may be, Nashville. I think it truly is a family, and it's an extension of that. I can think of at least the service center where we're at right now in Decatur, Alabama. Everybody's been very welcoming. It feels like a family there. Everybody's been very supportive. You're moving somewhere, Bailey, where you don't have a school system yet. You don't know where you're going to live. I mean, you project all those things probably as you're thinking about where you might want to end up and what opportunities arise. Do you want to move to Florida? Do you want to move to Texas? Do you want to be in Tennessee? Do you want to be in Chicago? There's opportunities all throughout our Averitt service locations. But you got to find the right fit for you. But then when you do make the jump, you want to be on board and part of that team there at the service center as an extension of your family that you're with, because you're with them 8+ hours a day. And I say this, we've got a lot of challenges. Folks may call out, they may be sick. Somebody may have a family health issue they got to attend to, and now you got to fill the gap, right? So we're at work all day long with these folks, servicing our customer. Let's enjoy what we're doing. Let's be glad and excited to be with the team. So yes, we do a lot of texting, a lot of phone calls outside of work hours that mean a lot to me as far as being a part of the Averitt family.
And being with that Averitt family, you've been going for 20+ years now. How have you used that experience that you've gotten in the call center, transportation specialist, sales, to now being a service center director? How have you used the family aspect to now be a service center director for your team in Decatur?
That's a great question. I think obviously having a large family, six children, and me and my wife, there is a lot of perspective and domain knowledge and wisdom, I guess, that comes from. Let's see, the oldest is 15, and we've been married 20 years this year. So having that knowledge and experience raising a family, it does help you in your leadership. You don't have to be, a mom or a dad to get promoted and do a great job at being a service center director or any other position within the company. But having those skills and talents that you're working with your family, they really do help as far as coaching on a daily basis at the service center, helping uplift somebody maybe that's down, maybe it's going through a struggle in their life. I found that those skills as far as being a parent have really played a big part into being a leader as well.
I know you're hungry to keep growing, to keep learning, to keep pursuing new things.
Yes, sir.
Now at your service center director role, is there a path you still see of, I'm very happy where I am, but man, do I want to keep growing?
So, that's different for everybody.
Absolutely.
And to each their own, I always say that. And everybody's got different skill sets. Maybe there's limitations for folks. Maybe they're not willing to move, right? But you want to do this position or this position. As far as for me, just speaking for me personally, I told my vice presidents when I interviewed for this Decatur Service Center director position, I said, hey, I have aspirations and want to grow beyond this position within the company. I said, I hope that nobody's offended by me saying that. Guess what? They're not, because they want you to grow. They're looking to build their bench. Everybody in the company is doing that, and we have to be thinking about the future. Everybody as a leader does. So that's something that I definitely have aspirations to do things beyond what I'm currently doing. But I will tell you this, it would have to be the right opportunity. You got to think about all the variables. We got a large family. I've got to think about, where we want to be as far as geographically in relation to, I've got the kids have grandparents, and my parents are here, and my wife's parents are both here in Cookeville. So we want to be close to them as well, if possible. So again, everybody's situation is different in that regard. But for me personally, I do have aspirations to grow. So, I'm very thankful and happy for the opportunity. I got so much to learn here. I've only been, doing this service center director position for 5 months, and I've already learned so many things. I can tell you, Bailey, everybody, no matter what you're doing, you're part of a team. You may be really good at everything, but you're only one person. You can't do it by yourself. So at Averitt, having almost 10,000 folks along with you, the shipment starts in Milwaukee. Maybe it's a U-line, maybe it's coming out of Norcross, and it's going to Nashville. Well, you got points along the way that everybody's doing their job, coming together to take care of that freight and provide good service to the customer, from beginning to end. And that all starts with the people we hire. But I do have aspirations to grow beyond this, and hopefully it'll work out that way.
I think it might. I think it might. And even I can attest to what you said too. I've never once felt like me putting myself out to be like, I want to learn more. I want to do more. Never once has it been met with, but are you comfortable? They're like, absolutely. Let's figure out a way to do that where you are now. Let's see what could happen in a couple of years. We've never once stopped somebody from wanting to grow.
And we don't put limitations on
absolutely.
you. If you have the desire, the willingness to work and to learn and to listen, very key point right there. I don't know that I've said that yet, but listening is very important. People are going to lift you up. You can. We don't want to put limitations on any of our associates. If they have something they want to do, they have the skill sets, desire, and ability to do that, want to have the work ethic, let's lift them up and coach them and give them the skills to do that. Yes.
So you kind of tee me up for my next question, honestly.
All right.
Let's go back to not beginning Brandon. Let's go. You're already bought in. What would you give advice to that Brandon? What little piece or nugget, as we like to say, of advice would you give to him?
It's a really good question. I think if I could go back in time and talk to that Brandon, I think I would say be patient. You know, I'm already bought into the culture. I'm planning on retiring here. Just be patient. Enjoy what you're about to experience, because it was a really great experience moving to Cincinnati and getting to go into sales. Man, I was so fired up to go into that door every day. I'd knocking on the door, not knowing if it was going to get ran out by a dog or it's going to be my next biggest account. So I was really excited for that opportunity and enjoyed it so much and learned so much. But then I'm like, all right, what's the next thing I want to do? What's the next thing I want to do? Because like you said, I have aspirations to grow and really love our company and our culture and fired up about it. I would just say be patient. The time's going to come. Just be patient. Continue learning. Continue doing a good job in what you're doing at that particular time. And people are going to notice. They're going to ask you questions. Hey, would you be interested in this? Or this opportunity may be coming open soon. Just be patient.
Absolutely. I love that answer. I was hoping it would be somewhere around there just from the time we spent together. That was fantastic. Well, Brandon, I want to thank you for coming in, for honestly teaching me. I feel like I've learned more about our culture in the last 15 minutes than I have, not in the year I've been here, but in a while. So
great.
I'm very thankful that you came in. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you guys for listening, getting to just see a peek at what 20 years of experience, 20 years of culture can look like at Averitt. If you just buckle down, buy in, see the work inside and out, make it feel like a family, because that's what we are. That's what the winner circle is. We are for each other, and we are here to do a good job. Thank you guys so much.